Welcome to Project Die Hard Mission Monday Update. My name is Sue Roskoff, and we are here tonight going to get all sorts of insights, all sorts of news, things that I haven't even heard yet. I'm excited to hear. Oh my gosh, I'm excited to hear the stories that are about to be surfaced. But you know how we start. This is Project Die Hard Mission Monday Update. We are here every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Central to find out all the latest and greatest that's going on for this past week with Project Die Hard. And to do that, we're going to go ahead and first off bring in our president and founder, Brian Gibson, to share all those details with us. So, Brian, welcome. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, but we're going to start things new here because people, we did it once, so I'm going to start doing it all the time.
I don't think the sound was shared on that one.
Okay, next
One
week.
more time. So close. Now you got a tease for next week.
Yeah, I got a tease for next week. Okay. I tried, folks. I tried. We'll get it. We'll get it. Okay, so we go back to here. I'm going to stick with what I know. We are here at this screen. All right. Here we go, guys. Remember, we are a faith-based, scripture-led veteran nonprofit, bringing hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. We ask everybody to pray, share, volunteer, and become a patron. Remember, God will never leave the mission. We will never use the suffering of veterans to profit. No drugs or alcohol allowed. Our goal is 90% of every donation bringing hope, and only 10% goes for needs. This is bringing hope. This is why you're so important that we need. This is our official outreach program, the PDH Fellowship Breakfast. Right now, we do this on the first Wednesday of the month in Paducah, Kentucky. To expand this program, it takes funding and volunteers. I can't be any simpler than that. As much as I would love to say, yes, go, do, bring hope, we can't afford to do it right now. We don't have enough funding and we don't have enough volunteers. This is why it's so important for you to join the team. Here's a way we're going to get more people. Invite your friends to Paducah, Kentucky, November 10th. Woodlawn Church, a ministry partner of ours, is hosting our mission. They are inviting pastors, church leaders from the local area. We invite everybody to come. To RSVP, you got to text PDH to 270-479-0629. We will be streaming it live on our social media, so you can invite your ministers, your church leaders to say, hey, let's tune in on this day. Okay? On this channel you're watching right now, it's going to be there. So mark your calendars. Be sure to be there sharing it out. You get to come and meet Chaplain Dave. Yep, he's coming all the way down from Ohio. The next big thing, the Rock Love event, November 16th. If you're anywhere around Seattle, Washington, get there. There's the link right there to get your tickets. We are going to be live streaming this event in a private event to our patrons. So you have until November 14th to become a $22 a month patron. And when you do, your name will go on into the roster. You will get a link to log in and watch this outstanding show. That's, we're blessed to be the charity for this. And we thought, hey, we're going to reward some of our patrons. We're going to be highlighting resource partners every week now. The first one we're going to do is roll out PTSD. They are a resource partner. What resource do they bring to us? Well, our job, our facilities and housing and counseling and therapies and things of that nature. Their job is week-long retreats on the island of Puerto Rico. So you support them, they can do more to help us. You support us, we can send more veterans to them. It's that teamwork making the dream work. Remember, only the best will do for those we serve, and they have proven they're the best. Community support programs. We have ministry partners, resource partners, mission suppliers, facility suppliers. Where do you fit in? Or are you just a volunteer who wants to help expand these programs? Hope Stock 2025. We need you. Everybody goes, oh, July is not. No, folks, that's right around the corner. That is right around the corner. We got part of the team built. More news will follow on that, but we need you to volunteer at projectdiehard.org. This is how this mission grows. So, short, sweet, to the point, right?
There's a lot packed in there, though. That's the way it always is. There's a lot going on. There's every day, there's movement, there's activity, there's a lot going on.
Sister, that is a tenth of what goes across my email every day. That's the highlights. Mm-hmm. If you want to get into the nitty gritty, they got to do like what you did. You started out as a volunteer, you proved yourself, you got moved up to an ambassador, then you proved yourself again, and now you sit there and advise me on stupid things. Okay, see? You got to earn that right.
And it's an awesome team. It takes the number of times I've heard it, and I do believe it to the core of teamwork makes the dream work. And we do need more people to join our team. And we've been very, very blessed to have a wonderful gentleman that has joined the team not all that long ago. You mentioned him in your praise report with Chaplain Dave being part of our team. And I know he is joining us tonight. And I think we should go ahead and bring him on in to say hello.
Oh, yeah, bring him in, because I understand we tried this last week, but we had some technical difficulties.
Yes, we did.
Sue, go to town. You want to hear what he did for 21 days, right?
I do.
Go ahead.
So, we got the glitches worked out.
Glad you're here. So I want you, if you wouldn't mind, just take a moment and remind everybody who you are, what you do with the mission here, and give just a little backdrop.
Well, so I am Chaplain Dave. I came on board now. It's been, what is October now? So 3 months in, 2 months in, 3 months in. Came on board about 3 months ago. So I came on as the chaplain after the previous chaplain left. long story backing that up, but that's for another time. Um, last 20 some days, I was deployed with FEMA down for the hurricane relief project. So that's where I've been. So that's why I've been in and out. Um, I was on a little bit last week. Like we said, there was some technical difficulties on my end. So first and foremost, thank everyone for the prayers, the support while we were down there. It was an eye-opening experience for sure. Um, they're not out of the woods yet. There is going to be ongoing relief efforts down in Western North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida for some time to come. They were not expecting any of what they got in the Carolinas. I mean, you wouldn't expect a Category 4 hurricane to roll up in the Carolinas by any stretch of the imagination. That's where everybody from Florida goes when they get evacuators up to the Carolinas. So for them to get hit with a Category 4 was not what they were expecting or prepared for by any wavelength. No joke intended there, but yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Um, so yeah, that was my excitement for 20 some days while we were down there.
So, and how is it that you were brought into that position that you ended up down there?
So I work with a company called Superior Ambulance, and we are part of the FEMA deployment teams. When disasters get called in, they call around and say, "Hey, we have XYZ happening anywhere in the country. It could be Florida, it could be Texas, it could be wherever, and we need allocation of resources. What do you have available? What can you help us with?" They put out a call. They say we need 50 vehicles, or we need 50, whatever, and that'll trickle down. They put out the call to us. My bag usually stays packed year round, just because being a veteran, I learned a long time ago, stay packed, because hurry up and wait is not a thing. Hey, we're going, and you're gone. So yeah, I have a disaster relief pack pretty much packed year round. Um, they put out the call, me and my partner, and I think the first wave we sent down was 10 or 12 trucks, and then they sent a second wave down after that. Um, they put the call out, and within a matter of 12 hours, we were on the road from Ohio, Michigan, Illinois, um, down to Greenville, South Carolina. We all met in Ohio, lit up, and off we went. So that was day one of the journey. Got down to Greenville, South Carolina, staged up on the airfield down there, basically took over the whole airfield. I think we left one airstrip open for military to come in and out and um, land, drop off supplies, get in and out. We stayed there for about a day and a half. Got orders, got redeployed to Mocksville, North Carolina, stayed there for about 6 hours, and then got dispersed between North Carolina and South Carolina to do what needed to be done. Myself and the team that we were attached to went out to Haywood, North Carolina, Haywood County. We had some people over in Buckham County. Um, they got hit hard. Um, Mother Nature and what a Category 4 hurricane can do is, and this isn't going to come out the right way, but impressive and very destructive at the same time. Um, when I say it can rearrange terrain features, it literally can make mountains go away. Um, Roads disappeared, literally. Um, so it they Western North Carolina got hit pretty hard. The people down there are going to be in recovery mode for some time. They're still, I mean, they're still going to be in probably recovery for months, if not years, to get everything back to any semblance of what it was before. Um, yeah, it.
And what's
All
I
right,
got
brother. Look, take a breath. Okay. You said you left part of the airfield for military.
Yeah. So they had Chinooks coming in. They had some private planes coming in, dropping off supplies. Um, whether it was um, supplies that were coming in or they were transporting supplies out. Um, but they had Chinooks, they had CH-53s coming in, they had other things, deployment of um, FEMA personnel. Um,
Okay. Yeah. So my point on this is saying, look, people, there were body bags involved in that operation.
Absolutely.
There was destruction, and veteran military people went in there.
Yeah,
Not all deployments require combat to
no,
see bad things.
no. The military was on the ground, not only in the areas we were at. Um, there were Black Hawks flying while we were uh, in North Carolina doing relief efforts. Like Brian said, there were body bags involved. There were transports that were um, convoying where they could get supplies to generators being distributed. So yeah, the military presence was there. Not only that, but I lost track of how many veterans I personally talked to on a daily basis while I was there. That hey, they were like, yeah, I may have literally lost everything, but what can I do to help you guys? And I'm like, we're here to help you.
Yeah, again, folks, look, personally speaking, I had to turn away 16 veterans. He,
I lost count, literally. And literally telling you people's lives literally like they watched their whole lives, house, family, belongings washed away, getting airlifted off of pieces of property that probably weren't bigger than 20 by 20 because there was nothing left around them. They're stranded on a piece of property that's maybe 20 by 20 and there's nowhere for them to go. Or they're getting, you know, rope bridged across because there's no other way to get to them.
brother,
Yeah, I
my point is being this: I will not build any other facility until forward operating base rush is
it's
complete,
done.
because policies, plans, everything has to be done right.
Exactly. everything, it needs to be in place, it needs to be working, and it needs to be sound before we move on. We know that. That's,
Yeah.
I mean,
Sue,
There's
chime in here.
yeah, there's an obvious need for what Project Die Hard is doing and is and where Die Hard is going. So there we have the facility in Illinois. It's in McAnda, Illinois, and it needs to be finished. All the remodeling on the inside needs to be finished so that we can bring the veterans. So, like you're saying, you had to turn 16 away. Had this facility been finished and fully operational, that we are working on making happen, those veterans would not have needed to be turned away.
absolutely.
Simple as that.
Well, before the naysayers jump in, we got them help. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't turn them away. We
From
just
our
couldn't house them
property.
at, right,
We couldn't do what our mission dictates.
right.
Okay, folks. Yeah, this is how it works. uh, just like what I said in the brief. Roll out PTSD. They do their part. We do our part. Together, we're doing more.
Everybody has a little piece to this. So it's not that we didn't help them. We got them the resources we could. We just couldn't house them at this time.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not that we turned them away. We just weren't
Well,
able to.
no.
Yeah.
They purposely asked, do we have room at Fob Rush? So did I turn them away? Yes. Did I say we do not have room at Fob Rush? Yes.
But did you not help with getting them resources?
Of course, brother. Of
Yeah,
course. But
I know.
the
I'm
point
just
being,
putting that out there. I'm just
Yeah.
putting that out.
the
Yes.
point being is this.
Yes. So, it's not that we are not helping. It's just our current situation right now is we could not house them at our current facility. That's what he's saying, folks.
Well, again, I forgot to put it in there, but as of this morning, we still need 94 people to give $22 a month to cover current operating cost.
Now,
94
yeah,
people.
$22 a month, people. Let's think about this. I'm going to jump on this one because I'm a coffee drinker. And I will admit it, I am a snob of a coffee drinker. So yes, I do Starbucks. I'll put that out there. $22 a month doesn't even cover my coffee. I will tell you that a monthly cost for me, $22 a month, does not even cover my monthly cost at Starbucks. So you can help fund our monthly budget on what a monthly coffee drinker spends at Starbucks. I promise you can.
You give up 1 cup a day and you can do it.
Absolutely.
Or you can even order from Third Day Coffee Seguin and get even better coffee from a veteran-owned company.
Yes, you can.
And for every 3 bags you buy, Project Die Hard facilities get us a free bag.
That is true.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
So I want to go back to what you had said with $22 a month. I would like whoever's listening right now to actually take a moment and think about that and how doable it is. Are you the next one that is going to be taking that role on? Because we're looking for volunteers. We're looking for all the things, because it takes a big team to make all these things happen. And that is something that if you're not able to physically go to the location, if there's whatever reason you can't do any hands-on type of things right now, maybe $22 a month is not a big deal for you. maybe 44 is not a big deal. Maybe you can take it. You said we have 94 spots still available for doing the 22 a month. I would love to see. I would love to see that be. What was it that you had said earlier? By the end of the year, we will have all.
Well, by the end of October 31st, if we meet those 94, the patron a patron has thrown out a challenge. I'm just going to tell you this. If we meet that 94, that will cover our operating expenses. This patron, if we meet the 94, will get us a new tractor for the fob. Okay?
Ah, okay. We got 3 days. Who is it? Who's it gonna be? Oh my gosh! So, a new tractor.
Wow.
Come on. There's 20 acres where you are, right? Where Fob Rush is located. A tractor would make a big difference on site
That
there.
would be huge.
But
I didn't even know that one. You kept that one from me, Brian. What's up with that?
because he said don't tell.
Fair enough.
But
Okay.
I figure we're 2 days away
Yeah.
and we still need 94, so look,
All right.
I'm
Well,
probably going to catch hell on that tomorrow, and I don't know how that's going to fail out. We might not get it now because I spilled the beans, but you know what?
You didn't give details. You just gave us the bottom line.
yeah.
The bottom line is
uh-huh. I'm thinking back to last week now. You introduced me to a new term. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and I don't know how many of you follow us regularly, but there was something that I'm not going to say it was a challenge, but it was put out there probably 6, 8 weeks ago.
For the 100 at $22 a month.
No, I'm referring to.
Oh yeah, the haircut.
Yeah, it's people. I'm telling you, I'm hating it, but it's still here. I've almost called my barber 4 times in the past 2 days, but it's still here. It will. It's gonna get there.
Again, folks. Look, this team on this screen is doing what they can. We need your help.
Yeah.
What
it is.
what do you bring?
Oh,
We all bring something, and that is what is it that you bring. So think about it. There's so many ways. Everybody has different talents, different abilities, different strengths. That what is yours, and where does it fit into this wonderful puzzle that we have that is Project Die Hard? There's so many pieces that are still being put together to make this be all that it can be, and that's where we are reaching out. It's a sincere reach out to say, hey, we need your help. So please take a look at what's going on between things that are happening on site, between the fellowship breakfast that's going to be coming up soon, becoming a patron. But there are so many ways that you can help. What's your choice? What are you going to do?
yeah. You've heard me talk about it. You've heard Brian talk about it. You've heard Sue talk about it. We monetary donations are great. We're never going to turn one away unless it doesn't hit one of our 3 pillars. That's not a big deal. But the 3 things we ask for: pray for our mission, share our mission, volunteer. Those are the 3 big ones. As far as volunteers go, I guarantee we can find a niche somewhere that one of your skill sets will fit into our mission. I promise you. If it's ministry, if it's stewardship, you're probably going to be talking to me. If it's education ideas, Sue's your girl. If it's
Marketing, Christy. Grant
yeah,
writing, Ronald. Community support, Kurt.
yeah, if it,
Everybody plays a part.
And we're easy to
Okay.
reach. You see how my name's right here? Susan at projectdiehard.org is my email address. Use
yeah,
it.
Dave at projectdiehard.org. It's there.
Contact@projectdiehard.org.
Yeah, it
Okay.
volunteer at Project
Yeah. Look, folks, as much as I would love, and I used to give out my direct line email, but, uh,
I've seen his calendar, folks. I've seen one of his calendars. Yeah, it's no.
and people think I'm mean because, oh, you didn't get back to me. Yes, I did. It just wasn't in your time frame.
Yeah.
I have my time frame that I have to work with. And when people call, when a veteran calls and says he needs help, guess what? Everything else drops. So I don't want to. On that, I'm going to have to depart because I just got a text that I have to go and do. So we still got a little over a half hour.
Mm-hmm.
Handle it, folks.
We got it, Brian.
We got
All
it.
right. Thank you. God bless.
All right. God bless, Brian.
Awesome. So,
and that's usually how it goes. When Brian gets a call, and I'm pretty much the same way. If a veteran's calling and he needs something, love you got to go. That's how this thing kind of works. But yeah, people, we need your help to not only grow this but maintain it. We obviously, speaking as a vet myself, my heart, I wear my heart on my sleeve for my vets. And when I say my vets, I'm talking about all vets. I will throw first responders in there as well as nurses, so on and so forth. But this is this is my world. This is the world I play in every day. Um, None of us. You've heard Brian say it time and time again, and Sue, you can back me up on this. We're doing this on a volunteer basis. None of us are getting a paycheck. We're doing this because we care, because we love what we're doing. You want to look at the missions records? They're there to look at. Brian will be more than happy to let you look at it. I mean, I don't think there's any questions on that.
and it's kind of interesting. We have similar pieces of our backgrounds that match up because you are in the medical world, right?
Yes.
Mine was a medic back when he was active duty. I was an EMT for 10 years with a local fire department. And part of why I bring that up, it actually, little known fact, it is October 28th is National First Responders Day.
Yes, it is.
You knew that. Oh my gosh, you're the first person that I've come across today that actually knew that was a thing. Yep. So awesome.
And I had today off, which is unusual.
That's a way to celebrate.
Yeah. So yeah, I actually had today off. But yeah, it is National First Responders Day. I did not go out and partake of any of the freebies, but they were out there.
Oh, I missed that part. So we do the shakedown every day at 12 o'clock noon Central. Shakedown, as in literally shake 15 minutes of music and motion. And part of that at the end, then we have a friend that comes in and shares with us what all of the things are to celebrate today. And that was one of them on there. It's actually also National Chocolate Day. So celebrate. Have some chocolate.
That I didn't know. Probably good my wife didn't know that.
Hey, you could surprise her and,
That is a thing. That is definitely a thing. So, but yeah, there's a lot going on in what we got. We've got a lot coming up. Like Brian said earlier, Um, November 10th,
Mhm.
for those of you who don't know, um, not my actual birthday, but my birthday, it is the Marine Corps birthday, is November 10th. And I will be down in Paducah speaking um, for the, I guess, meet and greet as well as the Veterans Day gathering with the pastors down there. So I'll be giving a special message down there for that. So anybody who's going to be in the area, please come on out. We'd love to. I'd love to meet you. We'd love to tell you what's going on with the project. Um, any information we can give you if you'd like to volunteer, get involved. Both myself and Brian will be there. Um, love to meet and talk to anybody who's interested. Um, November 16th is Rock Love up in Tacoma. That's going to be an amazing event. Um, yeah, we've got a lot of things coming up. November or July 25th and 27th of next year is Hope Stock. Got a couple surprises for that. We do have a buddy of mine who's going to be coming down to MC the whole thing for us. So he's going to be coming in from
Awesome.
another veteran that I I'm honored to call a brother that will come down. He's going to come down and MC it for us. So it's going to be some. It's going to be a good time. So we've got some big things coming up. Um, I'm, like I said, I've said this since I came on board. I'm honored and privileged to be here. I'm excited about what we've got going on. Um, I can't wait to see how big this thing grows. I know the vision for where we're headed. Um, I'm excited. There's a lot that God's laid on my heart for this mission. So it's it's going to be good.
It's gonna
I
be
can't.
awesome.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. And that's where, again, to make it all that it can be, we do need more help. I mean, we sincerely need more help. We don't have enough people right
Right.
now to do all the things that need to happen. So that's where the email address is on the screen right now. Volunteer at projectdiehard.org, just to reach out and find out what is it that we can do. What is it that you bring? What questions do you have? What would you like to do to help
Yes.
make this grow? Because that is what it takes. It's going to take a lot of people doing a lot of things. But you know what? A lot of people doing a little, that works too.
Yeah.
Just it's not that coming in means all of a sudden you are 20 hours a week doing you could, but that's not what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Really, we need people who are able to pitch in and do pieces of this with us and to make this all grow, because we do not want to be the best kept secret out there. People need to
No.
know what Project diehard is and how to get involved and to be able to make the most of what's right here. So I don't know. I am looking forward to hearing more about it's not far away at this point. November 10th. We're only a couple weeks away from that event. That's going to be massive. Awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be live streamed, so wherever we are, we will be able to tune in and find out more.
Yeah. It's going to be. It's when Brian first told me that Pastor Brad from Woodlawn Church was hosting it, and he'd already spoken to. I think he said he got 20, 25 pastors from about an hour and a half and everything from around him.
Mhm.
I was like, okay. And then Brian drops in, oh, and by the way, we're going to live stream it. Great. No pressure. Thanks, Brian. Love that. Awesome. No, it's fine. It's going to be good. I've got I've got it. The message is going to get out about Project Die Hard. It's going to be a great event. We're gonna I'm going to talk a little bit about how the connection, which you've heard how the connection between me and Brian happened. Um, kind of talk about how that happened and why we do what we do. Why this is so important to all of us. Um, I mean, if you're curious as to Brian's background, go to projectdiehard.org. His bio is up on the page. He also has a YouTube video of his whole story as to what's going on. It's They Call Me Doc. Um, his story's on there.
And on the 10th, I believe he's going to be sharing his story again in person live so we can hear from him again. It to me, it actually you feel what's going on when you
Yeah,
hear him share
Brian's story is Brian's story. If you haven't heard Brian's story, it bring some tissues. It'll hit you. It's Brian's got a story that you will. It's heartfelt. It's a powerful message.
There's a
There's
lot of I would say
yeah
there's a lot of veterans out there that have similar stories, and
yeah
that is something that I think is a strength here with Project Die Hard, to have somebody, multiple people that obviously can relate well to what is going on. I'm not a veteran. I have not served in that capacity. So there's a piece of this that I'm coming in as a civilian and doing my best to relate to the things that are going on from those that have the military background. There's obviously we got a lot of things that are similar, but there's so much that the camaraderie, all the things that come from being in the military, that you guys can relate to one another really well, and to have that support system and all the things that really makes a difference.
it does. But I mean, you having the EMT background as well, you kind of understand it. I mean, there is a crossover into that there is the you have an understanding of, yeah, I know that this person is going to, if things go sideways, I've got that person that I can almost instinctually know what's going to happen without having to walk them step by step, because it's just motor actions because you've done it enough. So there is that with the first responder side. So you kind of have an understanding. It is different. It's not exactly the same, but you kind of have that. There is a little bit of a crossover there. So you can't completely pull yourself out of that. I mean, you do. There is a crossover. But I will say that I have the time I spent in the military and the actions that I have um, done since and while I was in the friendships and brotherhood and sisterhoods I've built with some of them have been tremendous.
I'm
Uh,
back.
you just
Whoa.
you just flip screens on me.
My system
uh,
said, and now it said, okay, we're okay again. So I just reconnected.
yeah,
That was the weirdest thing. I
yeah,
missed the last probably minute of what you were saying while my system
yeah.
was.
I just said, yeah. Um, it's just the friendships and the connections I've built with um, the people I've worked with, the people I've served with. Um, it's a brotherhood and sisterhood that I would say um, you can't, if you haven't served in that similar capacity, you can't understand it. People say, "Oh, well, yeah, I understand." You might be able to comprehend, but you can't understand it until you've actually. been around it long enough or been in it. Like my wife, she's been around it, and she still to this day will tell you I completely don't understand it. But we've been married 32 years, been together 36. She knows all my buddies. She knows all the guys I served with. She knows all the people I've served out of the military with and the relationships I have with them. And she, to this day, still doesn't understand how I can talk to some of the guys I served with and have not seen them in years. And one phone call, and they would drop whatever they're doing and be here in a heartbeat. And I'm the same way with them. And she's like, I just can't. I don't understand that. I can't comprehend that. I don't have friends that would literally, well, I can be there tomorrow. No, these guys would be on a plane, the next plane out. She, that just doesn't. So, but you build that brotherhood and sisterhood through the trials and tribulations that you have while you're serving, and the closeness and the good times, the bad times. So, um, I think we got a guest lurking in the background there, Sue. It looks like. Am I seeing that right?
Uh, yeah, it looks like my name popped back up, so I'm not sure how that works, but we'll see. Um, we'll wait until I see a face popping in here. So I'm actually thinking back again to with being deployed like you were through FEMA and all that. Were you with the same group of guys then? Well, guys, gals, whoever they all were. Was it basically the same group that you were with that whole time throughout that?
So, with the FEMA deployment, we went down. So, me and my partner, obviously, me and my partner were together the whole time.
Okay.
She happened to be the strike team leader for us. Love you, Andrea. Um, she she's gonna hate that because she does not like being front and center of anything. But she she was our strike team leader with our team. So her phone was like Brian's, going off every 3 minutes because everybody's checking in, and she's got to coordinate 5 other vehicles through the whole tactical nightmare of we're moving here, we're deploying here. So yeah, she got less sleep than what anybody did through the whole deployment. I guarantee she did. Um, but we so our strike team broke up 2 different times, and so then we had to restart chats and learn who our new strike team. But throughout the whole thing, our strike vehicle, we were the strike team leader vehicle. She was a strike team leader the whole thing, our whole time. But we picked up 2 vehicles, dropped a vehicle, picked up another vehicle, picked up so yeah, we primarily had our team was pretty coherent throughout the whole thing, but we'd drop a vehicle, pick up a vehicle, depending on who needed to get back, who was um, allowed to stay, whose company needed to call them back, things like that. But for the majority of the 20, 21, whatever it was, days we were down there, out of the 5 vehicles we had, I think we swapped out 3 vehicles throughout the whole thing. Now, the interesting thing about this deployment was this was the largest deployment that this country's ever put together. In total, there was, I think, 900 ambulances or squads in total on the airfield at Greenville, North Carolina.
Whew.
From everywhere from New York, New Jersey, Ohio. We had them coming from California, Texas, like all over the country. So imagine, yeah.
900. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah. When I say took over an airfield, we
Yeah.
literally, there was one airstrip that was open. Everything else was covered with ambulances.
Oh, yeah, I'm actually going to switch gears here for just a moment. I know we have a guest that is joining us here. We have Santa Papa John actually in the house. So I want to bring him on in. He's a guy who has seen a lot of the world. Santa, welcome. How you doing?
Hi guys, how we doing? You know,
Doing
I'm
great.
starting to hate this real stream because they can never keep the same link week after week. I've been literally searching for 20 minutes, and that's why I finally sent you a message going. I tried the links that worked before, and sorry, this meeting
Aw.
has ended. And it's like, holy crap! How's it going, guys?
It's going
It's
great.
really good. Yeah, we've been talking a bit about the time that Dave was deployed with FEMA in the whole disaster area. He spent 21 days in the area there. I think you were around last week hearing a bit about that. So we talked more today on.
My son-in-law went down to Florida last summer when the tornado, or 2 years ago when the summer, and yeah, there
When
was
you hit,
a whole airport lined up of bucket trucks. And then, of course, the one has to go up there to take the pictures, and it's just like literally hundreds and hundreds of bucket trucks
yep.
waiting to for the storm to hit or waiting for something to happen and for them to get their marching orders on which way they're going to go. But holy moly, yeah, it was kind of interesting. And yeah, he was down there, I think, for yeah, I think it was like almost 3 weeks and sleeping in the trucks and because the hotel rooms that were left are available.
Gone.
Yeah, no, they were setting up rooms for him, but there was like yeah, four guys into a room, and he said, "Yeah, I'll just sleep in the truck. It's just way more comfortable, and it is what it is." And
Yep.
yeah, it's a whole different mentality when you go into you might as well say a war zone because there's pretty well nothing left
Yeah.
you
I
know
mean, we were for the first, I want to say for the first 5 days, no power, no Wi Fi, no electricity. It was, I mean, no run, well, no drinkable running water.
yeah
There was running water. There was
yeah
lots of running water. Just not the stuff you
you
want to
almost step
drink.
back 100 years in time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
remember seeing
Um,
pictures
but I'll
of.
finish the meeting off here on a happy note for you guys because I got some
Ooh,
really exciting stuff over the weekend.
mm,
I
My
actually got
are
the
you
email from you.
did you see that?
Yes. That made me super happy.
Are you Santa approved? I when I first got it going, I talked to some marketing people, and they said, maybe you should protect this. I says, what do you mean protect it? And they said, file some paperwork to, trademark that. I got an email Friday night. I have been approved. Are
ooh,
you Santa approved has been officially. It is now trademarked, and I own it.
awesome. And
So
as
that's
Project Diehard, we are Santa approved here. So we are on all sorts of official levels going on. That's exciting news.
absolutely. And then Friday night, I'm on TikTok. I hit 70,000 followers on TikTok.
You're
So
famous.
that's pretty exciting.
I know him.
And yes, absolutely. And then I didn't send it to either one of you two, but I sent out a trial message with my new website, the Warriors Beacon of Hope. And it is come to life. And I did the big announcement today. There's still some minor tweaks on it, but my Santa Papa John's, the Warriors Beacon of Hope is now come to life. So now I've got people signing up for that one. And Dave, if I haven't explained that one to you before, it is, I've talked to many veterans over the last 5, 6, 7 months, and we've all had the conversation, even on this wonderful meeting, about some of these guys signing up for services. But the VA says, oh, well, you're going to have to wait 6, 7, 10 months for those type of services. So I said to myself, what's Santa got to do with the veterans other than being involved with this amazing organization? But people kept throwing at me that said, Santa, maybe you need to step up to the plate. Maybe there's something that Santa can do. So I talked to my wife more than a couple times, and she says, well, I will pray to Jesus, to God about it, and maybe he'll be able to give me a different answer so I can give you a different answer. And, as I talked to more people and I went and talked to her, and she says, yep, I think God is giving you a blessing to do this. So I said, well, what am I supposed to do? And I said, well, she said, well, like people said, let's start compiling a list of services that are out there, you know, so that they will, yes, awesome, thank you. Um, our veterans can maybe have a different choice of services other than waiting 6, 7, 8, 9 months to get some of the services that they need. So my first goal is to get at least 10 places from each state. And as I started doing this, someone said, "Oh wait, there is a list, but they charge $5,000 a year to be on this list." And I went, well, that's kind of nuts because the people that I've talked to can barely afford to pay their cell phone bill. So I've come up with a big whopping, you ready for this? You're both sitting down? $10 a month is what I'm going to charge to be on my list. And if they can't afford the $10, I'm going to donate to the group one of my custom stories, Christmas stories, so that they can raffle it off to cover that $100.
Well,
Amazing.
yeah.
So now I've started a Facebook group to start getting the conversation going. And I just released the video about 2 hours to do the official announcement that says the website is live. And you're
I
both
just
are
went to
more
the
than,
website. I saw Project Die Hard is on the website.
Yes,
Thank
they
you.
are.
yep,
Saw that.
absolutely, yep. Yeah, I've got like 3 or 4 on there now. So now we're going to start sharing this and start spreading the word, and hopefully well, I'm doing another announcement, but I'll say it here first. The other video will go out tomorrow that says, okay, we're going to have a competition that Sue is going to be the leader of her group, and she's going to find 10 people to sign up to this website. And then Sue's group was going to be on there for free. And we're going to do that for 11 days for November 11th. One group, and then 10 makes 11
I love it.
to get this thing up and running and getting some people signed up for November 11th. We're going to try and hopefully, if I can generate 1,000 people, I don't know if I will. If I can find 100 people, I'll be excited. But
Awesome.
another way for me to give back to our veterans.
I love it. And actually, I do see we have one more person joining us. I'm going to bring him on in here. I know we're getting to the end and wrapping up, but Kurt, join the party. How you doing?
Welcome
I'm
in, Kurt.
doing really well. What a day, October 28th, 2024. And, I had an interesting call today with Contact Through the Great Discovery. We talked shop on ministry and, our callings and journey in life. And, we were talking about, for some, the journey can include making some destructive decisions, as we might say, in
Well,
terms of
good,
getting
man.
involved in alcohol and, maybe, in the realm of ministries, there's prison ministry and, taking care of all that. We also talked about the fabric of family, so I think as an ambassador of Project Die Hard, I feel like, I'm in a mission here spreading hope to veterans, combating veteran suicide, but I look at at our success here as where we're going is very exciting because as I do nonprofit work, I feel that we stand to be the family that people need out in the community, because we don't know who we're reaching. We might be reaching folks who, you know, community members, community organizations, Project Die Hard may be that family because they might not have any blood family alive, that type of thing. So we were talking about that and how families are moving all over the place. So obviously, if you're a family that has somebody in the military, so on and so forth, get deployed, and so this element of family is something we really got to think about and create that support, you know, um, as much as we can. So it got me thinking about more ways that there are so many benefits here at Project Die Hard and how this is evolving into something so magnificent. It's very believable, you know. But most of the time you're saying it's unbelievable. Well, I don't want to say what we're doing here is unbelievable. It's very believable. And we
Oh
got
yeah.
events coming up.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah, we got a couple of events coming up, so on and so forth. Um, so I guess my message out there is that we're here available, and our design is to help you go another day. So there you go. That's my message of hope for today and my extra nuggets. Dave, do you have any other last minute to win it type comments? We're at wrap up time here, but
I
want to
mean,
make sure if you have some more words that you can express a little bit.
I would. Messages of hope. I would just say, from what I saw when I was down deployed, I was from what I saw with neighbor helping neighbor and um, the human element of even in their worst times, people are willing to step up and help their neighbor. Just um, brought back my faith in humanity and um, the willingness of everybody to step up in hard times. Um, but I will say, just in like the last week since I've been home, um, God has really laid it on my heart. A lot of a lot of dark times have come to a lot of veterans and a lot of people in general, and I just want to say that no matter where you're at, your story matters. You're not at the end. Keep fighting. Um, you are loved. You are important. Um, the struggle we understand is real. We get it. And I'm not saying that just as lip service. Um, I've been there. So, keep fighting. We're all here. I, if you need to, get a hold of me. My phone is on 24/7. You know my email address. You know how to get a hold of me. Um, in your darkest hour, call on me. I'll fight the demons with you. I got your six. We all do.
Thank you so much, Dave. And I know I had glitched for a moment. Is who else still needs to go for their message of hope as we close up this evening? Did you guys all
Let's
get a
give
chance?
Santa Papa John a moment. Anything to finish up on, Santa Papa John?
I'm working towards getting this website up and running for you guys, the veterans, for EMTs, for police, fire people, you know, and that means I'm working hard to give something to you, the warriorsbeaconofhope.com. And what I'm going to do is give you guys a second chance at finding some services. I'm going to grow this list. I'm going to work on it, but it's for your benefit, not mine, not Kurt, not Sue's, not Dave's. It's for you guys. And you guys need the services. Like I tell everybody when I'm discussing my whys, you guys didn't hesitate to sign on that dotted line. Why do you need to hesitate to get put on the list of, well, we'll get to you in 6, 7, 8, or whatever the number months is for your list to wait to get services? I'm sorry, that is not acceptable. We're the biggest and the best country in this world, and we need to step up and do better for you guys. And that's what we do here. That's what we do as part of this mission, is we're all stepping up to the plate to say, hey, we are going to try and do better for you guys. And don't ever give up the light, because there's always someone at our phone numbers, at our emails, that will listen to you, that will talk to you, that will help you with your demons. Do not give up. Do not give up hope, because we're here for you guys.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. And Kurt, did you have a chance to go already, or is it your turn now?
Yeah, I would say I'm feeling good about where I left off, but I can add in a thank you to our chaplain Dave here for all the service you provide in our team, and Santa Papa John for the constant beating the drum of Project Die Hard and being so committed, to what we're doing here, saving the lives of veterans and finding your own ways to build off of it. And Sue, everything you do to, make us a dynamic duo as ambassadors extraordinaire for Project Die Hard. And we're going to keep going and growing. And I am ever so optimistic. Sue and I are members of Optimus International. And I guess the one thing that I can add is my telephone number. That everyone out there, veteran or not, everyone out here, if it's for the mission of Project Die Hard, I'm yours. Call and text 262-372-1754 and fill up my inbox, please. Let's see the limit of Google, those Gmail addresses, but this is with Project Die Hard's domain. So Kurt, K-U-R-T, at projectdiehard.org. So Sue, with that.
And they both ran away.
And they both disappeared.
All right. Well, since Sue's having a computer kerfuffle, we're going to go ahead and we're going to call it a night. We're going to head on out here. So please share around projectdiehard.org. Visit all of our social media on YouTube and Facebook, and, do whatever you can out there. Please do something. We have our friend Zach Clayton out of Colorado with Community Pay It Forward that says, if you aren't helping anyone, you're hurting everyone. So I'm going to add to that for the scope here with our veterans. If you're not helping any veteran, you're hurting all